I'm one of those who believe in artificial intelligence, because this isn't just about developing new tools, changing the way we think. And now, a giant has entered the center of that change. Google. This video explains all the AI developments Google introduced at the 2025 I/O event, but not just what they've done, also how this shift is transforming us. Google used to love questions. In fact, it kind of raised us with them. When, where, how? Is the Earth flat? What is a black hole? Any documentary recommendations? And no matter what we typed into that little box, we knew an answer would come. But now that box is gone. Google takes action before you even ask. About to write an email? It's already written. Planning a trip? The reservation's already made. Googling is a thing of the past. Now it's time to have Google do it. For me, this isn't convenience, it's a turning point. Because the moment my relationship with information changed, my relationship with myself changed too. It's not about thinking less, it's about being pushed to think differently. Google Beam, formerly known as Project Starline, but now it's no longer just an idea. It's a device, real and physical. The first time I saw it, I thought, this isn't a video call anymore. This is a transfer of presence. 6 different cameras scan you in 3D and project your presence through a light field display as if you're really there. And it's not just about visuals, there's seamless reciprocity. Facial expressions, head movements, eye contact, all of it feels almost as real as being physically present. But this reality is actually an illusion. AI analyzes dozens of frames per second and creates a 3D model based on light, depth, and angle. In short, what you see in Beam isn't you, it's your calculated version. This technology is already being tested in the corporate world. Companies like Deloitte, Hackensack Meridian Health, Duolingo, and Salesforce have started installing it in their offices. The price for this new version hasn't been announced yet, but it's expected to compete with professional teleconferencing systems. And hopefully, in the near future, we'll see a version that's more accessible to everyday users. It's not physical presence, but perceptual co-presence. That telepresence idea from Asimov's novels? It's real now. But this kind of reality isn't the kind we've known. It's like the intimacy we've built with technology has finally taken physical form. Google Meet has been part of our lives for a long time. It's one of the first tools that comes to mind. Google Meet's new Gemini Live feature provides real-time spoken translation. You hear it in your own language as they speak.
Visiting the city. The house is in a very nice neighborhood and overlooks the mountain.
Let's talk about a system that goes beyond traditional assistance. Project Astra. It doesn't just understand what you write, it reacts to what you see. A real-time AI that analyzes your surrounding, filters out errors, and even takes action on your behalf when needed. Google has been working on this for years, but this year, for the first time, we saw it on stage as a full-on character. And this character has a style, witty, confident, and even a little sassy when necessary.
That's a fun drawing. Is it Albert Einstein?
In the first demo, the brakes on a bike are broken. Astra identifies the part, finds a YouTube video on how to replace it, and even orders the new piece if needed. It's as if it steps out of the screen and handles the job itself. The most important part is Astra doesn't just identify what it sees, it also understands context. It's not about what's being said, it's about what's being meant. Let's look at the mixed reality headset Google introduced as a direct competitor to Apple Vision Pro. But it's not just about hardware. Google's strength lies in not just showing reality, but making it contextual. At first glance, it looks like a familiar device. Headset, cameras, lenses, its name, Project Moohan. Samsung handles the hardware, and it runs on Google's new platform, Android XR. Gemini, Google's AI assistant, is activated through built-in microphones. You simply say, "Hey Gemini," and it starts listening. Using Google Earth data, it can place you on a street in Tokyo. No maps open, no menus to search. You just say it, and you're there. The glasses can recognize objects around you and provide real-time information about them. Google's advantage is clear. While Apple still lacks native YouTube and Netflix support, Google is directly integrating its own services into Android XR. The device is expected to launch by the end of the year. But to me, the real message is this. This isn't a headset anymore. It's a wearable AI interface. Another device Google introduced is a pair of smart glasses. But this time, it's not the Ray-Ban aesthetic. It's a system developed in partnership with Warby Parker and Gentle Monster, projecting visual information onto the lenses. The person wearing the glasses stands behind the scenes. Everything they see is transmitted to the viewer in real time. But it doesn't just stream. The glasses display the time, weather, incoming calls, right on the lens. More importantly, they remember what you've seen. In the demo, the user grabs a coffee. Later, someone asks, "Where did you get that coffee?" The glasses answer with the location, the name of the cafe, and directions.
It's a vibrant coffee shop on Castro Street.
Great memory.
There's been a problem visual generation models couldn't solve for years: writing legible text, posters, book covers, comic panels. Google claims Imagen 4 has fixed that issue. Typography is now clean, letters are aligned and readable. In postcard-style visuals, the text blends in as a natural part of the design. And it's not just about text. It reaches photorealistic quality in details like fabric textures, animal fur, and water droplets. Imagen 4 is currently available inside Google Slides and Gemini. Google's new video generation model, Veo 3, doesn't just create visuals anymore. Camera movement, character control, scene transitions, dialogue, and audio. It all works together and in 4K resolution.
El verano está aquí, amigos.
One of the most striking examples is a demo called Sailor and the Sea. No actor performed, no camera rolled. That entire scene was generated by Veo 3, a cinematic
a wild,
illusion.
untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light.
You can even upload a driving video and transfer its movement to another character. A dance, a performance, a pose, copied into a brand new body. Google has also addressed issues like character consistency. The same face can now appear across different scenes without distortion. Google has combined its AI models like Imagen, Veo, and Gemini into a new creative production platform called Flow. With this system, instead of building scene by scene, you can now craft an entire story from a single place. Here's how Flow works. You upload the elements you want in your scene: an image, a character, a concept. Then a system called Ingredients to Video kicks in. Like following a recipe, you provide the ingredients, and Flow turns it into a scene. Using the Scene Builder tool, you can structure how scenes connect. The Jump To feature automatically crafts the next scene based on narrative context. And running the entire creative process behind the scenes is Gemini, analyzing, interpreting, and completing the flow. So you no longer need separate tools to create visuals, audio, and video. One story, one stream, one platform. And this system redefines production. What used to take a team weeks can now be done by one person in just a few hours. With Veo 3, we can now generate entire scenes from text. We control camera movements, write dialogue, and animate characters. But a scene isn't complete with visuals alone. It needs rhythm, sound, emotion. That's where Lyria 2 comes in, Google's AI-powered music generation model. They introduced its new version. And this time, it's not just about producing sound. Lyria 2 can now craft music that matches the tone, tempo, and emotional flow of a scene. Google designed Lyria 2 primarily for content creators, shorts producers, animation studios, and indie filmmakers. Google's new system is transforming the shopping experience. Now, you can see how a piece of clothing looks not just on a model, but on yourself. And this isn't just a digital overlay. You upload a full body photo from your phone. The AI analyzes your body shape. Then it places the clothing directly on you. But here's the thing. This system doesn't just paste the image. It simulates how the fabric folds, where it flows, where it tightens. In other words, it shows how the clothing would actually sit on your body, like a real fitting. And what drives the entire process isn't the outfit. It's a dedicated AI model trained specifically on the human body. We've now seen every step of the creation process, but now a new question emerges. Where do these creations come from? This is where SynthID comes in. It's not just a technology, it's a response to the invisible side of AI.
SynthID, which embeds invisible watermarks into generated media. To date, over 10 billion pieces of content.
In a previous video of mine titled Fooled by AI, I raised a question. Who takes responsibility when AI makes a mistake? That question is still relevant, but this time, we're starting to see a technical answer. SynthID tracks the origins of AI-generated content. It embeds a digital signature into the image itself, allowing the system to remember where it came from and who created it. The user can't see it, but the system always recognizes it. No matter where the content is shared or who ends up seeing it, its source can be identified. Gemini is no longer just an AI that offers suggestions. It takes your criteria, scans the options, finds the best result, and if you allow it, takes action on your behalf. This new setup is called Imagen mode. Google's example is clear. 3 friends are looking for an apartment in the same city. You've set the budget, asked for a washing machine, maybe a nice view. Normally, you'd spend hours with filters. Imagen mode does all of it for you. It browses the listings, ranks them by your criteria, checks availability, and even books the appointment. It all starts with an idea. Sometimes it's a small circle scribbled in a notebook, or a quick sketch on a napkin. For Gemini 2.5 Pro, that's enough. You upload the drawing to the system. You say, turn this into a 3D animated scene. Gemini sets the scene, adjusts the lighting, adds content, and turns it into a fully functional web application. This isn't just for developers. It's a new starting point for designers, artists, and creators too. Google says this system ranks at the top of benchmark tests. But more importantly, having an idea no longer requires technical knowledge, as long as you know what you want to build. Gmail has offered quick auto replies for years. Sounds good? Great idea? I'll take a look. But now the system has taken it one step further. The new Smart Reply doesn't just offer canned phrases, it writes the email for you, in your own voice. The system scans your Google Drive files, past emails, even your travel plans, where you've been, what hotels you've stayed at, what you've written before. It takes all of it into account. Then it responds to the message using your past tone and language. So it's not just a reply anymore, it's a cloned version of your writing style. For example, a friend asks for travel tips. Before you even open the email, the system has prepared a reply. The hotel you stayed at last summer, written in your own phrasing, complete with a suggested route. Sometimes all you have to do is click send. Everything I showed in this video works. It creates, it plans, it answers. So now you don't need to think to learn something. You don't even need to know how to do something to make it happen. It's no longer about accessing information. It's about how we choose to use it. Because these tools aren't just changing the production process, they're reshaping how we create, how fast we think, and how we make decisions. To me, this isn't a warning, it's an invitation. Our limits are now much wider than they used to be. So the real question isn't what the system can do. The real question is, what do I want to do with it?